Okay. Okay. So, I got a lot of things to talk about, but it's 11, and I just made my bed. Um, and now I'm like sitting on the bed, right? And it is. I'm really proud. I made my bed. It's fantastic. It fucking is the softest thing I've ever sat on. Um, a couple of days ago, I was just like talking to my mom about how much I just can't stand. Okay, hold on. Let me just hold on. Before anyone judges me, this episode is not titled anything, but you know what? I'm starting to think two names, Asian teddy bear rambles, or why I love boomers. um, I was talking to my mom, and I was trying to like really just get to the bottom. Just get to the fucking crease. Get to the bottom of what is happening. Get to the crust. Get to the get to the base. Get to the soil. Get to the root of my differences. Yeah, basically that. Um, and see if I could like scratch the surface of why my differences made me unbearable to live with. with okay, let's say in a generic situation, like a lot of people nowadays are living with their parents. In this sense, a millennial picture this a millennial living with a boomer. I actually also remembered I gotta put my face away from my phone because it's way too fucking intimate. All the fucking breathing and exhaling, and I think it's just turning people on. So mine's just like, should have a ruler. Maybe 30 centimeters away from the speaker on the phone, on this cracked phone. Probably will do me best. I don't know how it's gonna sound, like yelling, but I mean, I am already yelling. But the thing is, the audio captures my breath really, really well. I listened back to it and I was just like, what the fuck? That's pretty intimate. So let's just, hold it out this way. Stretch my arms out. Put some, like, physical effort into this little thing that I'm doing. Recording. This little pod that I'm doing. So I just realized, you know what? Back to what I was saying with the boomer thing. Like, actually, do admire boomers. They work so hard. They work so fucking hard. Well, the ones that I know. I mean, the ones that I've met. I mean, the ones that I have had the privilege to be surrounded by and to be educated by and to be... I guess I'm very grateful for interfering in their lives. I'm laughing because if no one knew, I was actually an accident. So, and I've been told that. I've been told that. So, it is what it is. I just had like fried rice. I made my own fried rice for breakfast. So if you hear my stomach growling or me farting, that is actually what's happening. I had garlic. That's not gonna happen anyway. But yeah, I don't know, why am I over laughing. I don't know, because maybe it's just so awkward that I'm doing this. So anyway, yeah, a little zip of water. Well, doing well. There's just so much actually written down that I want to like talk about, because I feel like I got a lot to share. I feel like I got a lot to if anyone wants info on certain things, I have a lot that I can offer. So let me just talk about oh Yeah. Actually, I skipped that. I explored when I was. Oh. Oh my god. Let me just rant. I am done with the boomer topic now. Just rant about the entertainment industry. Um, I mean, for some of you might know, some of you might not, but I have been pursuing it for a very, very long time. Ever since, uh, ever since actually, not everyone knows this, but ever since I was like born, I was always like in front of the fucking camera, like photobombing people. Um, yeah, I'm not trying to rub it in, but yeah, I was definitely like trying to pose a lot, trying to like just I don't know what it was, but I knew I liked being in front of photo camera. Maybe because of the technology, I was probably more interested in the technology than actually, like the process of it being like caught on this little film block thing that people had back in the day. Now it's all just digital. Like you hold out your camera phone and that's what takes the photo. You press the button. Well, first you open up the photo camera app and then you press the button and it takes photo. But back then, back in the 90s, we had little film block things that you shove into the fucking camera. And then, yeah. I really liked being part of the process. I really loved being part of the little side projects. Because, like, a little bit of my background, like, my mom and dad would always take photos. Like, I mean, that's what everyone did back then, I guess. But selfish, like, little self. I guess it was more than selfies. Like, there were, excuse me, they were like migrant parents. They do that. They take photos of themselves at Canberra, like at the fucking the flower festivals they have there. When we used to go there all the time and take photos, and I would like photobomb. I would like photobomb mom and dad. You could see me, and I might post a picture. I don't know. I have to find it because I want to show people this because it's fucking hilarious. But you'd see me running around like in little tomboy clothes and like in front of like fucking there's like a river there or something in Canberra, but it's just outside of the garden where they usually plant those flowers. But anyway, yeah, so that's how it started. Me have always been a part of like projects. I've always wanted to be part of projects, so it's not a big deal for me. But people have always thought like, oh my god, she's still doing this. Like, why is she still doing? Why is she still trying to pursue? I'm not trying to pursue it. You don't understand. I've always just been about the projects. I love being part of the background. I've actually written a little. I don't know if I can find it, but I have a little picture thing. I went to a public school. When I was a kid. Obviously, I mean, not everyone has the privilege, but I did. I went to a public school and we did art class. And I actually had to do story writing, and within that story writing topic, like it was like a little mini activity that we had to do was write a story and then draw a picture, illustrate so like I guess so they could show the teachers, so the kids could show the teachers that they can comprehend their intellect and like it's expressive, it's creativity writing, it's logic, it's using all of those tools, those mental tools and everything within art. I mean, that's actually pretty clever. I mean, I don't know if they do that anymore in high school, but unfortunately with AI and all that shit, like I really want to talk about that too, so I'm just gonna make note. But yeah, so that's how it started. I would write a story. I'm really trying to narrow down why I'm like people think I'm obsessed with being part of it. I'm not obsessed with entertainment. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I want to be part of the process again, is what I'm trying to say. And it's just fun. It's just really fun because And then I just want to go back to the story. So back to the story. Back to this fucking story. I wrote a story about me joining the circus. And that's what I really wanted to do. Because you know why? Because and I actually drew a picture of a sea lion. I thought of a lion in my head when I drew the picture, I'm pretty sure. But then it turned out to be a sea lion on a circus little platinum, like one of those little star red, like cylinder surface things that they stand on. And like the light shines down on them like that, like the podium. I don't know if they call them podiums. I don't know what. No, it's not. It's like a little round star stage. Like that's what I drew, and then I wrote a story. Like the story was written as if like I ran away from home. Oh my god, That's how independent I was. I ran away from home and I went to join the circus, and that was the end of the story. It was only like 1-2 sentences, and actually I think I drew it on a red piece of paper. And look, honestly, I was the best, like, art student in class, like, just showing all my trophies right now. I didn't get anything from it, though, but I did get prizes, but, you know, I did terrible in high school, did terrible with math, English, everything. I couldn't even, like, I couldn't even read in class. So, anyway, yeah, that is what happened. I was always obsessed with being part of projects, and that's probably why people are like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, how, like, why is she so arrogant? Like, how is she just doing this, and, like, not thinking, like, she's so delusional. Like, all these harsh words. No, honestly, I've just always been obsessed with being part of projects, and sometimes they just don't have the right talent in front of the fucking camera to get the project done, so I just jump in front. But I usually I'm the one who's nudging people to do things. Like, I'm usually the one who's like, hey, let's make a fucking YouTube channel. Let's fucking do some dumbass thing. And just make so much, like, I guess, chaos in a video. But it's not like, you know, back in the day when YouTube was like very home video based, you gotta make it from your home video cameras, and there wouldn't be much like graphic designs on these videos. It'd be a lot of digital videos about the digital art, without sound, like very, very early YouTube. And I wasn't even part of YouTube because I didn't know how to use the internet, and also I was fucking terrified of using the internet. But I was like, let's get this group together and like let's film. Like, I'd be obsessed with making projects. The process of building something would be my obsession. So just for anyone who wants to know, how the fuck did you get to a certain stage in your life where that's what I want to be? But how did she get through that? How did she get to that step? Well, that's what I did. That's the answer. You just get to be obsessed. You gotta be obsessed with fucking... Why am I swearing so much? But anyway, you gotta be obsessed with the project process. You gotta be obsessed with it, you guys. Obsessed. Okay, I'm not just talking about, well, I guess I'll do it once every fortnight. No. It's gotta be on the back of your brain 24/7. When you're shitting 24/7. When you're in the bathtub. Fucking using fucking... I don't know, bath soaps, bath bombs. You're going to be thinking about this project 24/7. It is your baby. Like, it is literally a living, a breathing fucking thing, okay? And, yeah, so that's the, fucking formula, okay? That's the formula. And then it just triples down to, like, you know, your work ethic and how much you really want it. You got to put in the work. It's got to be hard work. You got to do a lot of research. Like, that's part of being obsessed, is that you'll be doing extra research on the topic that you are interested in pursuing or investing your money and time in, and resources in, and your literal life. Okay? Let's be fucking real here. Anyone who's trying to fucking say, hey, you know what, she's a fraud, or hey, oh my god, I can't believe she's this and that, and she got there, now she's over here doing this, like, what a snob, or like fucking whatever the fucking issue is you have with myself. But you really like want, you know, to pursue things that you value in your life. You want to like really make your dreams come true. And you just want to get your foot in the door, but you can't fucking get through, right? You gotta be obsessed. You gotta be mad. You have to be a little bit mad. But I'm not fucking telling you guys to be a fucking murderer, okay? No, thank you. Please leave the building. I'm talking about like people who are like nerds. You gotta be a fucking nerd about it. Okay, you gotta be willing to look like a fucking nerd, willing to be called weird, willing to be called a geek. Okay, you gotta be willing to be called the B word. You gotta be like I don't know if I can say it. Can I say this? Willing to be called a bitch. Okay, you're gonna be willing to be looked at like a fucking delusional person to make this thing real. Okay, because time is of essence, and it is everything. It is everything. And I would never, ever, ever trade it. Like, I would never trade it. I would never trade it to go back and to be a normal person. And when I mean, like, normal person, I mean, like, you know, go to uni, get fucking a degree in something, in business that had, or whatever, like, get a fucking, become a doctor. Like, I mean, now I kind of feel like I wish I kind of went and did like, I was telling someone before, I wish I went, and I kind of have a little bit of regret, 5% regret that I didn't try and go to uni and become a forensic scientist. Wait, is that what they call it? A forensic, well, not scientist, but a forensic, wait, let me just fucking look this up, because hopefully you guys can't hear me pressing the button on my phone, but forensic how do you spell that? Science. French scientist. Google, you are not helping right now. I actually realized it's forensic science. What do science forensics do? Analyze evidence. Yeah, that's what I wish I actually got into if I ever did uni. But the thing is, you know, the competition is so fucking crazy. Let me see. Forensic analysis. Forensic science, often confused with criminalistics. Criminalistics is the application of science principles and methods to support decision making related to rules of law, generally specific criminal and civil law. It says that on Wikipedia. Yeah, like, I kind of wished I got into that, but that is basically the amount of how much, the only amount of how much I would have fucked with uni, but maybe art teaching, but again, I already have done that. Like, I've already done that, on YouTube. Like, I can already just teach anyone. You don't really need, from my point of view, my experience, I felt like I personally didn't need to go to uni for that. A younger version of me really wanted to do it. Younger version of me really wanted me to do, it wasn't art therapy. Art therapist, whatever the fucking degree it was. But anyway, yeah, so, let me see. So, what I actually also want to say was that, yeah, you gotta be extremely mad, even if, like, you're not getting any fucking, and this is so I don't know if this is not this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice, okay, you guys. I'm not a financial professional. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not take this advice, okay? In my experience, you gotta be that obsessed, okay, that you lose a lot of money too. And that's when you know when to stop. eventually, hopefully, feel it. I mean, if you have any addictions, do not fucking, I swear to God. Probably not the best. Probably not the best thing to do is to start a project if you have an addictive personality, because no, not a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, really, why is it every time I'm filming, I'm like doing this Clarentine. It's really good to have. I really need to go outside. I haven't had coffee yet. I don't think I need it. But I just realized that this could really come across as if I'm like taking like other type of drugs or something when I don't actually. I'm like a really sober person, in and out, through and out. So, oh my God, this is so fucked. Hold up. It's because I'm walking over here, and my cupboard is right here, so that's where I store like the Clarentine and like the TV wipes and, you know, the scissors, and even my makeup little bag is in there. So it's just like, it's not really a big deal to me, but people might think like, oh my God, she's taking drugs. Like, no, I'm not. I can imagine that. It's fucking crazy. I don't, because you know why? I have so many unsorted things. Like, I need to get my life in order, and that's why I'm here. I'm fucking trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help. Anyway, enough with that. So, when you pursue your dreams in your life, that usually gives you, like, I swear to God, the best feeling. I swear to God, it is the best feeling. And if that's something you're chasing, please do it. Okay? Because you don't have long in life. And, you know, maybe you do. Maybe you will. And that's even better. And that's what I'm seeing too nowadays. Like, actually, I'm realizing that I do probably have longer in life, and that I'm actually kind of grateful that I did try anyway, even though I was under a lot of shit. Like, I was going through confinement and all that shit, but at least I was trying, you know? Yeah. And there's actually no strings attached, because you can always just call it off. I mean, just make sure, you know, you have a lawyer. If you are a person who's abundantly, like, you've got money and you're very peculiar about everything, make sure you have a lawyer. Because I didn't. But, I guess, you know, everyone goes through different things. Like, you would definitely, whoever I'm speaking to is listening to this, if in your life, you might go through things in a different way. But with me, as a woman, a person of colour, I couldn't afford a lawyer. But having said that, I do not regret the decisions I made in the process of building a project. The best feeling ever, and I'm always going to try and strive for that, which is crazy because I know that I don't get paid for it. So it's just like, you are mad, woman. You are mad. You are so fucking mad. Like, what? Why? This is your own crazy, like, whatchamacallit? Saint Olive? Oh, fucking hell, too much Batman. But, you know, I'm blessed. I'm literally blessed. And I'm very grateful for that. So, I thought I'd share that. A little bit of a booth. I mean, hopefully this goes in the pod, but I don't know. I don't know. What else? We got 24 minutes. We're 24 minutes in. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about the AI. Like, shit. You know, everyone's saying, oh, it's this and that and this, like, and then other people are saying, no, you're fine. You can use it to your advantage. Some people are saying, oh no, you can actually save money using this. But people are not talking about, like, how AI can affect creativity and how AI is, I mean, because people don't fucking care. They just generally don't see the value of creativity when really that is basically the whole fucking reason that we even have social media, like, to begin with. It's just like fucking crazy. How do people not understand? Like, that's how we get our content from creativity. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about AI taking over writing. I think that is a scary one for me. I mean, I'm aware that people have their own fear about AI in certain topics, like, for instance, maybe taking their jobs and, what else? Taking their husbands, taking their wives, like, marrying an AI, like, all that stuff. For me, my fear would be, what if this AI took over me? What if this AI took over my identity on my phone? In terms of phone, like, on my, took over my content. That'd be shit. That'd be so fucking shit. And so I'm deciding, you know what, fuck that. I'm gonna try and do the opposite. I'm gonna try and combat that with filming realistic voices. So it actually is so intimate to the point where, can the AI do the same thing? I don't know. If you talk like a fucking maniac like I do, how could you actually artificially create that? I don't know if you could, because the creativity just keeps pouring out my fucking mouth. Like, how? How can you combat reality? How can you combat my mouth? Oh my god. How can you combat the shit that comes out of my mouth? Like I was saying to my mom, like I was gonna say in the beginning of this podcast, like, why do they talk so much? And like, a lot of people talk, some people just don't. Some people are extroverted, some people are introverted, some people are in between. I'm the one who's in between, okay? And I live with people who talk a lot. It's just the way they are. They're very intellectual. And I'm just like, man, why do you talk so much? And like, we were in the backyard and it was like sunsetting and we're doing some like cooking outside because we're Asian. And I'm like, well, why do you talk so much? You don't even get paid to talk this much. Like, why? I mean, there's two things to this, but I'll get back to that. Or just like, I was going to say, like, two things to this is that, well, where she works, logically, I'm going to say now, where she works, logically, boomers don't really appreciate women talking that much. But when you're at home and you're a viewer, I guess you have all the leverage to talk as much as you like. I guess you have the position to express as much as you want and the freedom to do it. The best place to do it, the safety of doing that is at home, which I understand completely. And this is just an episode of me just complaining about my landlords. I mean, fuck hell, that's probably what the episode could be called. Millennial bitches about landlords who are actually her boomer parents. No, but seriously, like, I was like, Mom, look, why do you talk so much? Like, do you understand that, like, I never said these things. I've never, like, wanted I told you I don't like talking as much. I just like to do things. I've told you. I don't like to talk about what I'm going to do. I just do it. And she was like, yeah. I just... I think right then and there, you guys, right there and there, she was like, fuck. This bitch is right. Fuck, this fucking millennial. Always so smart. And you know what she actually said to me, guys? She's like, you're too smart. I can't talk to you. You're too smart. I can't fucking talk to you. Always being a smart ass. I don't know how to fucking talk to you. And that's what I said to her. I was like, look, Mom, this is, don't you understand that you and Dad don't, you guys are the only people who are struggling to connect with young people. And I was like, really shaking my, like, fingers around, just trying to get to understand how much pain I am in. The fact that I cannot connect with her. And that's why I'm having issues at home, right? Well, it is that current time. And I was just like verbicating with my hands, like gesturing, like community, like literally, because with migrant parents, like they're not, fully cultured in wherever they reside in. As a general thing, not everyone, but in my case, that's what happens. So, you do everything you can to get across the message, and I'm just so grateful that the message actually went through. And she was like, you know what? You are too smart. I can't talk to you about these things. And I was like, look, Mum, you're not the only one. You're now not the only one who can't get along with young people. They're literally the people around your age who go to work at my TAFE, okay? And they don't know how to get along. They don't know how to get along with all the students. They don't like us. Okay, just, you know why? And I was cutting her off. I was like, look, we're just too different. We're just too fucking different. And just move out of the way. Just let me figure it out. And I'm like, do you understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And I said that, in English and in my language, my home language. I feel like that's a good way to affect. So I feel like that's a good way to. Sorry, that's just an app. I feel like that's a good way to engage with someone that you deeply care about. Is to try and show them that you're trying to understand them, even though they may not understand your language, even though they may not understand where you're coming from. Show them that you know that you're different. Show them that you know that you're not perfect. Show them that you know that you're aware that they're trying too. And you see what they're trying to do. You see that they're trying to help you in their own way, which is very different from the way you would do things. And I find like that has really helped. My circumstances. What the fuck is this? Oh, is this why people don't do this on their phones? Because all the fucking beeping? Oh, shit. All the, notifications. I really need to go for a walk. Like I said, this is all just off the top of my brain. It's not this is not scripted. Yeah, I know. I've got a list. I've actually had to write a list. Because I got too much shit on my plate. Too much things to do. Too much things to focus on. Sorry for the vulgar language. I'm trying to learn how to speak more adult-like, more pod-friendly, so I can, maybe in the future get guests on. I don't know. Maybe they can share the phone with me and have a conversation with my phone and combat AI. I mean, and the issue with this is that you can hear everything in the room right now because this sounds like an actual phone call, you guys. I understand that. I understand that 100%. But this is the fucking process that I'm trying to risk and take right now. This is a project, you guys. Welcome to the fucking project and process. You are now part of this journey. How fulfilled do you feel right now? How fucking amazing do you feel right now? Alright. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go. It's like 30 minutes. 34 minutes to be exact. I hope you enjoyed this one. This has been one, and I'll see you next round. Bye-bye!